Andrew Holness are one of the worst prime minister ever. And I said what I said.
Don't shout at the opposition leader. They have a constitutional responsibility to ensure that the people are seeing value for the money being spent. If you want to run a dictatorship, JLP, go somewhere else.
When is it that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is going to step up and start doing for the hurricane victim? It's just a question. Just like you guys got how much people that is running to Jamaica and giving money to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and we have not yet seen what you're doing, which we know you can do more.
Welcome to BC Entertainment.
Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness, I want big disappointment to Jamaican citizens. Boy, what you mean by you not afraid of nobody? Nobody push violence to my father, nobody want war. You see, the worse than the bomb clock get to you, them then I get out them gun and get up and kill blood clot people. What kind of example you set for younger generation? What kind of example you set for Jamaican citizens? The youths are future, youths are going to grow up for tomorrow. You see, a badness I pray to bomb clock. As a Prime Minister, boy, it's going to be war. Boy, Andrew Holness said, hey boy, Andrew Holness said, and you know what time it is already, Andrew. I want big pussy. And see, you can't go toe-to-toe with Bumbuckler, Juliet, you talk about it's going to be war. Class social media alone, as a Prime Minister, you have too much time for your blood class show for them. Class social media, knows that people are criticizing them thing there, and it's going to be war. We don't want blood class war with the people. Because you know murder in a real life, you not kill nobody, Andrew Holness, in a real life. You may send a police friend, them go kill people, yes. And you might rob up your whole taxpayer money and they look money we donate to the country. Because now, me not see no work, I go on to Jamaica, watch out. A Chinese blood clot hospital, me see I come to Jamaica. Andrew Holness a killer, one killer of Jamaican people, you know, brother. Just pray to God to them now the poisonous injection, now that bomb clot, so-called hospital level they have for poison we have, brother. Because at this point we can't trust you as a leader, because watch a bully we as a Prime Minister of Jamaica. That's it. I are our leader, I you to respond to and bomb clot listen to and hear what you deal with. A bully we a badness you push to my father right now. We as a Jamaican citizen we fear for our life, dog. Because of you as a Prime Minister, dog, you want big soul Andrew Holness. But let me tell you this, nobody not afraid of you, dog. Much as how you charge up your blood clot tongue, nobody not afraid of you. Because watch you can't even go back and forth with bomb clot Juliet Holness. You can't go back and forth with the dyke picking them and your transmission blood clot picking them. I expect your real bad people and real firm soldier in Jamaica go take talk for your big nose pussy hole. The boy Andrew Holness better bill you, go fix up Jamaica and do bomb clot right. You then House of Parliament and make be a chat, brother. Nobody no want fight with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, but Andrew Holness. Can't get from bad to worse. You a boy.
Some more people of the opposition leader, which is Mark Gullin, has cautioned against what he described as celebrating the significant new debt Jamaica is taking on to the finance recovery from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. Also inside this video, see a lady pull up mad and a defend her Prime Minister and I said that the people then build them house near sea and I blame Andrew Holness more people. But before we get into that, I'm going to make hear this lady office say, pray this.
Can we forget about JLP and PNP for right now and focus on the people and bro? Focus the amount of money where countries and top of countries are send on a yard. We should have start clean up on construction already. Me not understand. It don't make no sense, bro. Andrew, me tell you something, you show your ass. You will never sit back in that chair. Jamaicans, come on, man. Educated or no educated, common sense. This should be enough for wake up. Other countries now clear with them leader, bro. And you're telling me uno just sit down and I make this big nose man and a woman I deal with the country, so bro. And in a bother uno.
From this hurricane, bro, I watch TV right through, and some of them could idiot up on TV every day. Of course, Andrew Holness. We're not building a house, we're not building a big house right in the sea. Huh? You hear? We're not going to read in the Bible. We're not build a house at the seaside. And when the water come, what you going to do? It's going to take away your ass. I'm not call for Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness building a house there. We're not building a big dirty mansion. And not having a big house. Insurance responsible for not the Prime Minister. Did you all know that? No Prime Minister body of anywhere in the world responsible for build back on a house after a hurricane or flooding. Insurance don't even cover flooding. Insurance cover your house if there's a hurricane. When you didn't know that, the Prime Minister is responsible to give aids to you all, but they're not responsible for building a house. They can give you temporary housing. It's all I want to know when I know these things. Come and see every little rat, bat, fly. Everybody, big and old and young, everybody is directing everything to Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is breed and have no? Eh? What is going on in this world? What is going on in this country? Why you can't give the man a break? Eh? When you can't leave the man alone, how much place you don't want the man to be at one time? Leave the man. You don't go call upon the parents. minute, I'm watching this thing right here, right? This man living at the sea with him big house. And I'm gonna say, Usain Bolt. Andrew Wallace so busy like Usain Bolt. Make it make sense, fool. Him live where? Parkheat in St. Elizabeth, where he have a big house right at the seaside. Right at the seaside. And no fun where they live on capture land in a government land. And people capture land. You know want Andrew Wallace come build a house for the people them land, and that's what I want. No, that's what I want. Most people in America don't want a piece of land. If hurricane come in America right now and mash down the whole of the house them, what do you think, say? The prime minister gonna build them back? People that on their own. People that on their own, everybody a call for, oh, Andrew, everything. Andrew Holness. Look how much prime minister passed Jamaica. And it's not the first hurricane passed Jamaica. I mean, I said, I don't call upon the prime minister, no other prime minister so. But Andrew no can't have strength for because he's so simple. He's a simple, humble man. And I him no have strength for. Somehow no need to go up on Google and go ask Google for the government responsible for build back on the houses after a hurricane, and we see the answer over there. Can I realize, I'm gonna say it again, I realize say most of them when they not go to school never take no education. And just really believe say it's the government that is responsible to build house and give. It makes it like every time, every single time you see some of these people on the media running up their mouth and Andrew, I think because his name is easy to call. Because for the portion in some line our government. Really? Every time I see it I just get dark. Everything is Andrew. If you no shit at Andrew, if you no piss at Andrew, everything Andrew do. I tell already, if you no man left no Andrew, if you no woman left no Andrew, nobody else no can call upon. Andrew Holness, stay grounded, stay focused. I know you not watch a little fly them. I know you not watch you fly them when you make nice. The only thing you need is a fly swasher. Boom. Because they're worse than mosquito and people. Sure.
Don't shout at the opposition leader. They have a constitutional responsibility to ensure that the people are seeing value for the money being spent. If you want to run a dictatorship JLP, go somewhere else. This is not an autocratic government or society. This is a democracy where the majority rules. And the majority is the people of Jamaica, not the Jamaica Labour Party-led administration, not the Andrew Holness administration. If you don't want people to question the modus operandi of your government, pack your bags and go. Pack your bags and leave. Go. If you don't want persons to question you, go. If you don't want to be held accountable, leave. If nobody can talk to you, who are you?
Andrew Holness are one of the worst prime minister ever. And I said what I said. And I know many of them are going to come on another video. And I know it's going to hurt enough people's feelings. Say them are going to block me and unfollow me, but I don't care. That's my opinion. You are more worried about social media, Mr. Andrew Holness, and about what people have to say about you and criticize you. You know the job where you sign up for, sir. You know it's going to come with criticism and everything. All you have to do is just care about the country and what happens in the country to create stability and a better economy for people. You are talking about people must beg care packages with dignity. What kind of dignity people have when they are dead for hunger? You think most of the people lose them house during the hurricane? Them lose it by choice? You think a lot of these people never have them life, work hard for everything with them have? Not saying them life end. But a lot of these people are maybe even farmers. A lot of these people traumatized, going through trauma every day. You not facing no hunger. So how you going to tell people about dignity? You don't even know what people are going through. You can say you feel it for your people, but you don't know what people are going through every day. You're the worst prime minister I ever see. You're more worried about social media and offer response to people on social media instead of fixing the economy and worry about the country.
No, I've been hearing everyone is saying that Andrew Holness is moving very slow with the restoration process and the repairing process after Hurricane Melissa. But while Andrew Holness is moving at his pace, let us be mindful of this. We also have to keep up, Because, tell me, how is this? JPS worked long and hard to restore power in communities. They worked long and hard in our community in St. Ann and restore 5 adjoining communities with electricity. Would you believe that a group of sophisticated hoodlums find the main post and cut it down Yes, you heard right. The man them cut down your light post. For whatever reason, I can't tell you. You understand? No, this is not the time for no nonsense like this. This is a time for integrity. This is a time for discipline. This is a time for honesty. You understand? To all of the people who take the 10 bag of care package and you know so your neighbor have one, tap the nonsense there. It's a time for integrity and honesty and looking out for each other. You understand? This is not the time for you to tear down anything. It already tear down already. So while we're saying that the PM is moving slow, we also have to keep up to our pace as well. We have to do our part too, you know. Him alone can't do it, you know. You understand me, David? So if electricity is going to be restored and people are going to go cut it down deliberately. No pull it backward, Virgin. So now the time that JPS would use to fix electricity somewhere else, them have to come back here so now, come fix this supposer so the community can have electricity again. And that if they eat that, them not go cut it down again after that. At the time for integrity right now. At the time for discipline. Another time for indiscipline. Another time for unruliness. Another time for insolent behavior. We not big people. We not a little pitney. We don't need nobody over enough here tell us that this wrong and this right. Eh? What kind of nonsense that? What kind of nonsense is that? I time for integrity. Time for you to just do the right thing. You understand what I say? We not been doing the wrong thing long enough. Do the right thing, no man. For once, just for that period there alone. Make we get back on our feet, then we can start do some wrong thing again, make police come for now. And deal with the case. Yeah, man. But I know the time right now. Because all who know we cut down that light post there. What nobody supposed to do to now? Eh? Why nobody supposed to do to now? Them restore power in a mobile. One man had some careless driving and lit down my light post. Just one day after the people them get electricity. So we are hold back the process, Virgin. Do the right thing, man. Nobody no need to over like on a slave, Virgin. Me tell you what the slave mentality, man. Cha God.
It is a sad situation in the configuration of the affairs of this world that we, living in a small island developing state like Jamaica, are the recipients of the increasingly vicious effects of the climate crisis, a crisis which we did very little, if anything, to cause. There is the global warming as a result of the excessive use of carbon and emissions from carbon fuels over the last few centuries since the Industrial Revolution. That global warming has largely been driven by the wealthy economies of the world. And yet we, in Jamaica and other islands like ourselves, are suffering the consequences of that on an annual basis. We were hit by Beryl, or scraped by Beryl. Last year, it was a serious hit. And this year, we got walloped by Melissa. It's really a shame that the international financial community is still approaching the mitigation of the effects of climate-induced disasters on countries like ours by financing packages that are largely based on additional debt. These debts that we are now going to be incurring to finance our attempts at recovery are like lending money to a business that suffered losses through some kind of crisis that is trying to dig itself out of a hole from. Taking on additional debt to do that is going to be a challenging road for any country. Therefore, I don't think it's appropriate to treat these announcements in a triumphant way. We are going to be incurring the costs of paying back this massive additional borrowing in years to come. We are in a country which has spent the last 15 years seeking to get ourselves out of a debt trap, where we've had to run massive primary surpluses every year consistently to reduce our debt to GDP ratio, with a target that's written into our law incidentally by a government from this side, which we were anticipating would have been met this year before Melissa struck us. And now we are facing a new era of massive incremental borrowing. If you look at 3.6 billion US of sovereign debt, that's over 25% of GDP of additional borrowing. That does, and the 662 billion already available only less than half of that is in a form that's not debt. Most of that is debt as well. This $2.4 billion of private capital, we look forward to seeing whether that will be forthcoming and in what volumes, because you can't project that you're going to receive private investment as part of your recovery. I'm glad that the multilaterals are going to support the effort, but at the end of the day, investors have to be willing and there have to be projects available to them that are bankable and investable. So we will see whether or not that happens. But the reality is that only 12 million US out of how much? $7 billion is grant funding. Only 12 million US out of over 6 billion of programmed US funding is grant funding. That is the world that we as Jamaicans, both you on that side and us on this side, have to navigate. So while I admire and indeed share optimism about the future, because Jamaica is such a resilient and special country, and we will get through this, I think we should approach an announcement like this with some sobriety, where this event has caused us to retrace our steps substantially from the economic path we were on, and which the nation incurred substantial sacrifices to get to where we were. I'm not blaming the government for Melissa. That would be absurd. I'm not blaming the government for seeking resources to fund the recovery. It's going to be necessary to get those resources. I am just making the point that this is not something to celebrate. This is not something to gloat about. This represents a substantial setback for Jamaica, and it represents if it's not administered properly, it could permanently weaken our future prospects and damage the country's future.
Jamaica newsflash, guys. Newsflash again. Guys, some of y'all may know, some may not. But you see, I was telling you guys that did I try to thief the money when them bought the Malin JPS for $150 million USD dollars, guys. Me telling us, say, you have to make us stay on top of things because them are liar and wicked and them are thief. You see the one Flavor Williams, aka Pearl Dynasty, in a parliament are going like say she never know about the $6.7 billion where international partner did a roll out. And $450 million USD dollars out of that did allocate speed up JPS. You know, see she going like she never know nothing about it. The whole of them are liar and wicked and thief people. More on, you know, see the energy minister Daryl Vez. Remember saying did attack unfair behalf, you know. Me I tell you, so the whole of them are thief. The whole of them are wicked. I chop them, did I try to chop the 150, but we on top of things with them and we are watch them. On the Jamaica Labour Party, on some wicked and thieving people. And guys, I want to understand and hear this too. On see how you hear the narratives in the public attack about Mr. Goldie no want work with Mr. Holness and Rere. You can't believe the public out there. You have to believe me. Mr. Holness himself come out in a parliament, come talk, say he met up with Mr. Golding, and Mr. Golding says he would like to be a part of the relief effort. He want to be a part of the committee, and Mr. Holness say he never abandoned it and he never said no. But 5 weeks later, him still I try to figure out how him supposed to let Mr. Golding be a part of the recovery effort. Jamaica, only say the man don't want Mr. Golding to help. He want the people him to suffer. Oh, you mean you don't know? Oh, 5 weeks later you still don't know? Oh, you know see? Oh, we are local help and you don't know how to make the man help? You're wicked and liar, Mr. Holness. You're wicked and you're liar. You're evil. You don't want the man help. Because guess what? You use everything as political tool. May God help you, soul wicked evil man. Jesus.
I want to ask now a question. When is it that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is going to step up and start doing for the hurricane victim? It's just a question. Since I always I come and say, Anju Ado. Brother, we get a category 5 hurricane that leaves some people outside of their apartment. And some of them with no food to eat, no clothes to wear. Some of them is actually in dirty water. Some of them is right next to dead animals, dead things. Maybe human being dead in our house next to them. And we're still waiting, saying long term that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is going to do. Now, a lot of y'all want to jump and said, what if the Prime Minister did not get put in place a hurricane insurance, then what? What would you guys say? Let me ask you a question. The hurricane insurance, did it come out of Andrew Holness' pocket? No. So it's for Jamaica, and it's a hurricane that hit, and you guys got the money. Just like you guys got how much people that is running to Jamaica and giving money to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and we have not yet seen what you're doing, which we know you can do more. So when we talk about helping the people that is affected by the hurricane, why you guys jumping up on PMP and Labour right? Like somebody cares about them. We are talking about who is the Prime Minister. Let him do his job. Stop shadow the Prime Minister from doing his job. Bro, we have a category 5 hurricane, then boat restaurant burn down, then we have wildfire St. Thomas, then we have water wash out some, grew up on some people house, flood out people house, sea attack back it land. Places about to flood out. Jamaica, no come like say, no realize it. Jamaica about to wash away. Cause water come from places it no normally come from. Miss Jamaica drop off a stage. The soccer player them couldn't even beat somebody in them own country. How much more things who will be about to get legal in Jamaica? How much more things? Who now weapon? Yo, listen to me. And listen to me good. The Prime Minister have a job to do when you guys vote him in as a Prime Minister, and he's not yet holding up to that. The Prime Minister have a lot to do. He's doing a lot. For who? I see people go to Jamaica and pitch patch up one local house for people can go underneath a roof in 3 days. Sean Paul them a build up house. Addy a build up house. Spice a build up house. Shaggy a build up house. A lot of more artists out there build up house for people and put them underneath a roof. Why we not see the Prime Minister and him motor massy them and him toilet paper them and him newspaper them come out and do what not to do? Yo, sometimes better on just shut up if una nah go help out the situation, because una nah help by running in the mouth at all. The Prime Minister need to do a lot more for Jamaica.
You have a problem with the Prime Minister declaring war and propaganda, misinformation, and downright lies. Well, if you have a problem, I join the Prime Minister. I declare war on propagandas and lies and misinformation that you all are propagating on the internet and all over the media. The Prime Minister is doing a very good job, and we want him to continue. And the country is in a state right now that everybody needs to come together instead of you on the internet spreading rumors and propaganda and downright lies. Big up Prime Minister. Yes, Prime Minister, you are not alone. We are going to join you. We are going to join you in this war against propagandas and misinformation. We are not going to stand by. We are fighting this war with you. You people should be ashamed of yourself. We are in the worst disaster that happened to our country, and you choose to be spreading rumors. Instead of helping to build up our country, you choose to be spreading rumors and misinformation. What about coming together and join with the Prime Minister and the government and get our country back on its feet? What about doing that instead of spreading war, spreading all these lies? Yes, we are going to start war against you. Yes, we will. And we are. This cannot continue. It's downright disgrace. The country needs to get together, and you all out there making mischief when it's not one thing is the other. We are not going to stand for that. We stand with the Prime Minister. Wars against misinformation. Yes, I said it. I stand with you, Prime Minister.
JPS was seeking an additional 15 years under the terms and conditions of the license given to it by the People's National Party in 2016 before it demitted. The government of Jamaica said, hey, JPS, no. We would rather lend you $150 million US to get electricity back to the people of Jamaica in the shortest possible time. you go ahead and raise the additional 200 million US dollars. But for now, use these resources and get electricity back to the people of Jamaica because they need it. But we will not be subjecting our people to another 15 years of that disgrace of a license that was given to the JPS. In 2027, the monopoly of distribution of electricity must end in Jamaica. It is time for the people of Jamaica to benefit from fair competition, right? We need to see fair competition in the distribution and the generation of electricity. And only then will we start to see Jamaicans benefiting from lower rates on electricity. When we put in fair competition in the market, we need to tear up the JPS license there and dash away. Because that has been a hindrance to productivity and manufacturing in this country. Because the highest overhead for manufacturing companies is power consumption. And also we'll start to see better pricing because the cost of electricity will be reduced. We need to solve it if we want to grow that 5 and 4% per annum that we desire to see. We need to fix power in Jamaica. So I am in full support of the government doing this initiative.
Andrew Holness, you know if you come back on social media contact Rasta. Because I watch a video with you where you say, you know, like when Jamaican people are run for food, when people come to hand out package, right? Look at what happening after 3 when it was election time. Now the same thing the people them did that run for KFC and you never say nothing about it. So how you come pan media and we can talk about, you know, like when the people them are run for food and you know, like when people are run when package are hand out. See? So how are you doing an election? What you do in an election? Are the same package where you look out against? Are the same package you do in an election? Hand out money package in an election. That's what you do. And now you come attack and you can talk about we's a very intelligent person, we's a very intelligent country or whatever you want to say. Listen man, you know if you say nothing more on internet Rasta because pay for your chat Rasta. You the counteract yourself. You the counteract yourself. Because all the way you tighten up on right now, at that you're going with in an election. The money package where you give out, right? People run for money too. And you never say nothing about it. Right? You never come out contact until you get back power again. And now you talk about you don't want the people and you know like to see your people them run for food and run for package when package are hand out. And now the same thing you do in an election. But you don't hand out no package them and the money package them in the election. People run feed. Who get, who no get. You understand? So I don't know what you talk about. Me don't know what the blood clot you talk about. You know if you come back on internet and say nothing Rasta. Because you continue and turn yourself in a one fool and a counteract yourself every time you talk. Me don't know if your followers them listen to you when you talk Rasta. Me don't know. But all the way you tighten up on that you do in the election again. So how you tighten up now? How you dey tighten up now? That me I say. How you dey tighten up now? And you know believe in the one bag of hand out. Then if you know then that you do in an election, you hand out money package and all kinds of things in an election to win. And now you are going to talk about you know like when people run for food in your country. And you know like when people run for package when package are hand out. That's where you talk. That's the same thing where you tighten up on. And that you do in an election to blood clot.
You know, I'm gonna say this. Jamaicans, we proud like hell. And sometimes we proud upon nothing. You understand? Now, a hurricane gone the other day, and people want things. People want food, people want clothes, people want everything, because people lose everything. But there's also those people who are using it for their own praise. You understand? Them a give. And yes, them a make the world, sister, them a give. As far as I'm concerned, to each his own. The Prime Minister, though, have a problem with that because the Prime Minister is saying that you must give, but don't give on the camera because it not look good for Jamaica, because Jamaica, Jamaican people have dignity and pride. First of all, Mr. Prime Minister, we experience a natural disaster in Jamaica. So it's when you experience natural disaster and everybody is affected, you're going to see people behave excited for certain necessities like food and clothes and the care package that you call it. It happened some years ago in America when Hurricane Katrina mashed up there. You see people literally fight for care package. They show that on TV, on camera. In recent time, there was another hurricane in, I don't remember if it's Texas or wherever in America. And you see people a line up to get them food, and some of them behave a little bit a certain way because it's about survival. Now, I want to go back to the part where the Prime Minister talk about the camera. So the problem that he has is that the world is seeing people fighting for food. So he must say, boy, do away with the camera. Now, the thing about it, maybe if you put some order in place, maybe people wouldn't be fighting. So maybe some order should be put in place so that things can be done orderly. But remember, Mr. Prime Minister, that you did go give out some houses and you have the camera dragged behind you. I show people, say, boy, yeah, give poor people house. You have the camera, you know. I drag behind you when you give the people them houses in different parts of the country. Prior to the election, you did that. So I want you to tell me, what is different? Your camera is different from the little man where I give out and I drag the camera behind him. So you have a little man, the entertainer them, Bujo Bantan, Beanie Man, Cartel, the whole of them I give, and them drag the camera behind them. But you did the same thing to Mr. Prime Minister. So what is the difference between Bujo camera, Vibes Cartel camera, Busy Signal, and all of those men who give and brought the camera, got record to say, yo, this is what we are doing, and Spice and the whole of them? What is the difference between them and you? Because you brought the camera when you give out the house, and a whole lot of thing you do, and many politicians, the PMP does it, the Prime Minister does it, the JLP does it. All of you do it and drag the camera. So what is the difference? Now, let me say something. Jamaica, as it is, need help. We're not rich comparing to the United States of America and some other countries. We have sufferer here just like anywhere else. We have sufferer in the ghetto. We have people who can't afford food. We have people who can't afford clothes. We have people who can't afford nothing at all. Life rough for a lot of people. And this is not politics, because whether it is under the PMP or under the JLP, life is rough for everybody. So if somebody help people, yes, you're going to have those who want to take glory for it, fine, but people still get help. And that is how me personally see that. People still get help. Shalom, peace, I'm out. You no can't tell me what I mean. And me I wait for the Prime Minister watchdog them now if he come cuss me off, because Me see some up on social media tell people say them duns, but nobody not duns like some because they can't even reason, they can't even have a good internet discourse. And who not get political and whatever. But the intelligent people them, I want to hear from you. You support what the Prime Minister is saying, that the people them give away from the camera, because if we are going to say that, him need to start giving the camera too, and everybody else need to start giving the camera. Shalom, peace. I'm out.
I watch the video, you know, and me hear a whole heap of things where the youth are saying. In terms of both parties, them are the same. You understand what I mean? I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that, me Jenna say. In a real life, I love how you reason, my bro. And one of the things when I think you don't understand in your reason still is, you don't understand, say, the two of them is the same thing. They were designed to do the same thing. The two parties them, they designed to do the same job. The only thing is that you have one party give more, one party give less. As somebody where grew and born come see it, only unity, only a revolution where we can start and unite and go to go protest and move. If we move who we don't want in a power, we move by do a peaceful demonstration. And if it not go peaceful, whichever way it go. But when I agree with you is that yes, 100% the both party them, they were created to do the same thing. Yes, them they created to do the same thing. Again, one of them take more from poor people, one of them give more to poor people. Alright. As one of the person will receive, as one of the poor people them, one of the time, where did I receive based on what I wanted. Remember now, me never did I run down no 500 and no $1,000 no $10,000. That wasn't what I wanted from my MP. I wanted the opportunity that I could travel and go outside of Jamaica. That was my intention, my goal. That was what I wanted from my MP. Now I go ahead and I get to my MP. My MPs, me get to the councillor, them give me my farmer card, whatever. Anyway, me go and me go do the right thing. Go Canada, go work, set my reputation, get called back for go back, work, call back, go back 4 times. Then me decide, say, yeah, we're going, sorry, me ain't not saving no more. That done. Me not depend that. And then the Indian boy, they used to talk to big man like say man a pick me. You see me? So, me never too like them thing there. No one say, when we over there, the liaison officer, them pies away mine. You understand? Me I go do a video about that. The next video me I go do in my man is about that. Yeah, me I go address that too, cause we need to talk about things like them then, because there is a lot of money I make in so much ways that people not talk about. So we have to talk about them there. You understand? Anyway, we are talking about the two party them, PMP and JLP. JLP is for the richer people. PMP provide more for the poorer people, even though they both are taking away from the people. Even though they are both taking from the people, you have one that take more and you have one that take less. With that being said, we have no option other than not to vote, which we are privileged. A lot of people don't even understand. As a Jamaica, we are privileged. I'm not going to talk to the G. We are privileged. Why we are privileged? We have the option can choose which we can swing from one party to the next party. A lot of you people are talking, not going to talk these things. There are countries out there that cannot use them vibe half as we can. They cannot vote. They cannot tell who they want to rule them. They cannot vote for whichever. No, it come to PMP and it come to JLP. If when them come in a power, they're going to do right by us. Apparently, JLP at this current moment is not doing good by the people. PMP is showing that they want to do more good for the people than JLP. So, not because me a PMP, me go talk the facts, me go talk it as it is. Understand? Why? Me see labor right come out. Me see the labor right them a squeal now. Me see labor right, we said them a labor right in a them blood, them DNA, them hair, every single thing in a them green. And them will never put back them ink in a, them hand in a ink to vote for green again. And that says a whole lot. A whole lot. Knowing that, like, share and follow me.